Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. I am actually about to film a first impressions video, and I have a whole bunch of first impressions. I cannot wait to film this video. And when I do my makeup and I talk, I feel like there's so much to say that I don't want to get caught up. I have a huge problem with when I'm talking and I'm serious or something. I will literally stop doing my makeup and start talking. I just feel like combining the two would it would be too long of a video. It'd be like a 2-hour video. So I just wanted to talk about this in its own video and then basically separate the two, because I do feel like this is very important. We're just gonna have some coffee talk, and this is not gossip or anything like that. These are just pretty much statements and things that I have noticed and things that I pretty much have figured out throughout being a subscriber to Jacklyn Hill. So first things first, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. It tremendously means the world to me and it helps out a lot. Make sure you press the notification bell, because that notification bell is going to let you know every single time I upload. I think that's awesome that YouTube offers that, because the beauty community is so oversaturated, and it gives you that advantage to not lose one of your favorite beauty influencers. Hopefully I'll become your favorite one day, you know. So first, I just want to do a quick disclaimer, because I feel that this is important, because whenever you express your mind about something, and it's happened to me multiple times, whenever you express your mind about something and you say something or give your input on something or give your opinion on something, if it's negative, everybody automatically throws you in the hater category. You're a hater. You're just jealous. You don't want to see her succeed. You're trying to bring her down. Look, from a girl who's been bullied all through high school and has been threatened to get my face cut up for the 4 years that I was in high school, threatened to get jumped every single day, I would never hate on anybody. I don't have any reason to hate on anybody. I love Jacklyn Hill. I learned a smoky eye from her. I've learned different techniques about doing my brows, but I'm that type of person where I say what I mean and I mean what I say. My mother raised me that way. I'm not a hater in any aspect, and I'm not trying to bring her down, because I wouldn't want the same thing done to me when I one day have my own brand. And it will happen one day. And when it happens, I don't want people coming down on me and trying to bring me down, but to me it's inevitable. You know, it's inevitable. I've dealt with it my whole life, and I will continue to deal with it probably until the day I die. That's just life. Haters, there's a hater born every minute. There are haters all over the place. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I think one of the number one reason is I don't understand why everybody's all very surprised that the way that Jacklyn Hill is handling this. It has definitely become an issue. It's actually really important now, because it's become a health issue where people can potentially have health problems because of her contaminated lipsticks that she has not taken off the shelf, that she is still continuing to sell, that she is still reposting or sharing everybody's positive review on her products. Her and her people are still reposting and resharing and basically shedding light on the positivity of all of the things that people are saying, and totally discluding the negative, when obviously there's more negative going on with her brand than positive. Okay, this is her responsibility, and now it's becoming a very, very important issue. And the fact that she's on Twitter liking different comments that are sticking up for her is ridiculous. And I think it's very ridiculous that she has not even made a video to acknowledge and assure people that she's going to do whatever it takes to fix what's going on. But actions speak louder than words. And if you are liking things that you shouldn't be liking, you shouldn't even be on Twitter. You should be at your factory or wherever it is that makes your lipsticks and figuring out what the hell the problem is. The last thing you need to be worried about is Twitter at this point. But I digress. I feel like Jacklyn Hill has a majority of her subscribers fooled in every aspect. I really, really do. I can see right through Jacklyn Hill. It's very, very easy for other people, you know, it's almost a manipulative thing, you know, and I see that through her. I do think she's awesome and she'd be a cool person to hang around with, but I do see through the whole woe is me, and it's not my fault, it's never my fault, it's always somebody else's fault, it's always my anxiety, it's always this, it's always that. I have anxiety, I have panic attacks probably every day at this point. I suffer from depression, I suffer from all of those things, but at the end of the day, that doesn't justify my actions. It just doesn't, and it shouldn't justify anybody's actions, to be honest with you, depending upon the situation. But what the shady things of what Jacklyn Hill has done is very blatant. It's very obvious, and that's why I still to this day don't understand why people are so surprised of how she's handling this. I unsubscribed from Jacklyn Hill when the vault happened. Her shady past started from, obviously she's successful. She's probably one of the most amazing YouTubers. I have nothing but mad respect for Jacklyn Hill because she is the OG. You have to have respect for her, especially if you are in the beauty, if you are an aspiring makeup artist, you know, and you want to build a career off YouTube. You have to have mad respect for her, and I learned so much from her. I will honestly say that there's nothing innovative about lipsticks to me. I think it's awesome that she came out with all nudes. I feel like if you have one lipstick, you have them all. I have my favorite lipsticks and I'm good. I don't need to purchase any more, especially an $18 lipstick, and I don't care about that. Okay, so I'm all over the place, so let me zoom these in a little closer so you can look into my eyes so you see. Okay, but the beginning of where Jacklyn's shadiness started was when she, first off, I think the biggest one is obviously she was best friends with a lady named Marlena. Marlena is the owner of Makeup Geek. Mad respect for her too. She paved the way for all beauty influencers. She's the OG as well. She started it all and she has her own brand. Makeup Geek is amazing. What happened is she was supposed to make a palette with Makeup Geek and she bailed out, and unfortunately Marlena did not have a contract with Jacklyn Hill because Marlena and Jacklyn Hill were best friends, and she did not think that her best friend would do that to her, and they emailed back and forth. It's really crazy how much Jacklyn Hill strung them along, and I think a majority of the time that she was stringing them along, she knew that she was going to collab with Morphe. Now, the honorable and honest thing to do, especially since Marlena was her best friend, would be put Morphe on hold and do your collab with Makeup Geek. Instead, she put Makeup Geek, she pushed them away and decided to do her collab with Morphe. And we all know it pretty took off for Jacklyn from there. And also their Champagne Pop, which, you know, pretty much revolutionized blinding highlights, which was amazing. But there are a lot of documentaries out there, you guys, a lot of videos. Some of them aren't that good, but I'm going to link down in the description below the videos that are good and gives you a lot of information. And you really need to go in there and not be biased. You really need to go in there and be unbiased and open, and you don't have to believe everything that these people that are making these documentaries about Jacklyn, you don't have to believe everything. But when there are facts presented right in front of your face, you don't have a choice but to accept those facts and accept that this is the truth. And that is pretty much probably one of the shadiest things I feel like Jacklyn Hill has ever done. Marlena lost millions and millions of dollars with the collab that she was going to do with Jacklyn Hill. She lost millions of product that she lost because Jacklyn Hill bailed out. And it's sad. So I ask you, how do you sleep at night knowing that the decision that you made, which you didn't have to go that route, you chose money over integrity? And that is what I have noticed and figured out about Jacklyn Hill, and that I will not accept and that I will not support. There's a difference between when she was collabing and now she's by herself. This is her brand with her name on it, and it's not looking good so far for Jacklyn Hill. And I am very sad about it. I think that it sucks, you know, because I definitely was looking forward to her and her obviously her brand coming up with eyeshadow palettes and everything like that, and I'm sure they still will. But I don't know if I'm interested in even purchasing if she comes out with anything else in the future, because I don't know if I can trust her. Jacklyn Hill is so untrustworthy. Like, if this was somebody else that was doing the things that she's doing, they would have been canceled. But that's where it comes back to. Jacklyn Hill is very, very good at what she does. Anything she touches turns to gold. But the more you step on people on your way up, you're going to meet those same people that you stepped on your way down. Okay? You just are. And you can only get away with treating people like shit and screwing people over for so long before that shit blows up in your face. That's just the way that it works. And the way that she's even handling it should show her subscribers how much she genuinely cares. Because when the vote happened, she comes up with this Let's Talk video. And she bared her soul. But at the end of the day, it wasn't her brand. This is her brand, and she hasn't even made any kind of statement on her YouTube. No video, not even recorded herself. She recorded herself, I think, once talking about her anxiety. That's where the manipulation tactics come in. But she's done nothing to... I think it's great that her brand is trying to justify the situation by... you know, giving returns, giving people's money back. I think that's great. I think that's awesome. But also, you should be making a video, just like everyone else is making a video about your brand that has contaminated lipsticks that are in people's hand. God forbid something happened to somebody from using those lipsticks. Do you know what happens if something happens to somebody's lips? And not even that. When you put on lipstick, you ingest that. You ingest some of that lipstick. When you're drinking, you see this right here, my coffee. You see that lipstick right there? Okay, some of that lipstick I ingested. These are people who are putting their trust in you. There are people that are not even makeup fans really, but they are fans of Jacklyn Hill. So they purchase her lipsticks. For her to just sit on this, how long are you going to sit on this before you address this, not to everybody else, but to your subscribers, the people who support you, the people who have been with you since day one, and after everything that you've done has still and always had your back. You cannot rest on the fact of solely Jacklyn Hill anymore. And see, that's another thing too. Jacklyn Hill does not need to be called a beauty influencer anymore, okay? She worked very, very hard to get to the point where she's at. And she earned it. She deserves it. Let me tell you, she deserves that, to have her name be one of the biggest influencers, because she worked very hard. But once you get to that point, once you get to that place where you've worked so hard and you are known as one of the most successful beauty influencers on YouTube, you have to keep that title. You can't just work your way up into a point and then say, okay, I'm done. And if you're done, then you need to say you're done. You need to say to your subscribers, instead of uploading just one video a month, okay, she did one video with the Jacklyn Hill palettes. One. How many looks did Laura Lee do? When she collabed with Violet Voss, and let me just say, I am not a subscriber of Laura Lee's. Subscribed to her last year. Y'all already know I don't care for Laura Lee, but I will talk about her work ethic, because her work ethic is impeccable. And and it still is to this day, how many videos did she do? How many tutorials did she do when she collabed with Violet Voss? She did probably about 10 plus videos just to show her subscribers, thank you for your support. Thank you for going out and getting this palette. Here's some looks that I want to show you. I'm pretty sure she probably only did 5 videos, and we've been in this year for 6 months. We've been in 2019 for 6 months. Just because you are one of the most successful beauty influencers, you have to keep that. You have to keep that status. And if you're only uploading one video a month, you're not a beauty influencer anymore. You are not a YouTuber anymore. You are just Jacklyn Hill. And you have to understand that if you don't continue to work hard to keep your success, you can't rest solely on your name anymore. And that's how I feel with Jacklyn Hill. I feel like she rests solely on the fact that she's Jacklyn Hill. But you can't do that forever. You work hard to get to where you're at, but you still have to keep working to stay where you're at. You know, there are some people who work very, very hard to get to where they're at, and then they're done. They're just like, okay, well, I don't want to do this anymore. And that's fine. But tell your subscribers you don't want to do this anymore. She is laughing all the way to the bank, just like Kylie and everyone else that is putting out shit that we, as the consumers, go out and buy. Not me. Not me. I don't own a Kylie Cosmetics product. I don't. If I want something, or if I see something that's appealing that's coming from Kylie, guess what? I go to ColourPop. And this is all my opinions. These are all my opinions. I'm not saying that everything is facts, but I will definitely put down in the description and below a lot of people that have facts that are right in front of your face that you can't run from. And I feel like I don't understand why it's so easy for her to be shady to people, and people just, they don't care. You should care. It's because of your subscribers that you are where you are, you know, and it's definitely something that should never be taken for granted, and it's something that I feel is not appreciated from Jacklyn Hill. I don't feel that from her. I don't see that from her. All I see is her putting out products and people buying them just because she's Jacklyn Hill. And I guess the question I would have for anybody that is a Jacklyn Hill subscriber, at what point do you stop buying things just because she's Jacklyn Hill? Because it doesn't work like that. It's not like she has an impeccable record with no scandals, no nothing, and all of her products that she's ever collabed with was perfect. It's not. There is a video that I watched, and it was about Kristen Dominique, and I do love watching Kristen Dominique. I am a subscriber, a long-time subscriber of hers. I think she seems like probably one of the sweetest people ever. You can just tell her work ethic is impeccable. She's probably one of the reasons why I chose to do it, to pursue a beauty career. And she has a child, so I can relate to her. And there was somebody who, I remember when she launched it, her very first palette, I can't remember what it's called because I haven't purchased any of them yet. I do plan on getting some things from her though. But, she was having problems with her palette that first launched by Dominique Cosmetics, and I guess later on, when she first purchased it, later on they found that there was a discrepancy and there was some problems with the shadows, inconsistencies with the shadows from her lab and everything. They acknowledged it. Kristen Dominique, if I'm not mistaken, made a video about it, but she really didn't have to make a video about it. They acknowledged it and they addressed the situation. Even people who already purchased her palettes at that time where there were inconsistencies, even if they didn't complain about the palette that they had, they sent everyone new palettes. Without anybody having to call, they knew the people that purchased at that time that it was inconsistencies, and they sent everyone new palettes. That is the way you handle your brand. Now, did she probably lose money from that? Yes. But in the long run, look how much it is benefiting her because she has integrity. She is a person that takes very seriously that her name is on a product, and she's going to make sure that her customers, her subscribers that buy from her, the consumers, are 100% satisfied. And I totally acknowledge the fact that Jacklyn Hill is doing that. She's doing that. She's returning, or she's letting people do returns. She's sending people exchanges, whatever it is that people want to do. But that's not enough when you have videos out there that are showing hairs and pieces of particle that look like rat droppings in your lipstick. products. Allegedly, I'm not saying that it is, but that's what it looks like when I watch these videos. It is disgusting, and it comes to a point where this is a health issue, and to me, that's when you shut down your brand. Don't tell people you're going to send them a new product until you figure out what's wrong with the product that you sent out already. That's what you do. You don't tell people, we'll send you out a new lipstick. You can make an exchange, you can get a return or whatever. Yes, that's going to make people happy. But what's really going to make people happy and see that you are very serious about this, and you're very serious about this potentially being a health issue to millions of people out there, what you do is you shut down your brand. You take everything off the shelf and you figure out what the problem is, and then you relaunch and assure people that you figured out the problem, show people proof that you figured out what the problem is, and start over. And start not from scratch, you start over. This is not something that you can start from scratch when people's health are at risk here. When people's health, I said health. When people's health are at risk here. I'm sorry, I'm really pissed off about it, and I wanted to say something about it, and I'm the type of person where I don't do drama. I don't like drama, but I'm also the type of person where I will always speak my mind. And anybody that's on here that is a subscriber of mine knows how I am. I've always been that way, and I'm not going to stop now. Her palette is one of my ride or dies. Like, her palette is one of those palettes. This palette is one of my favorite palettes. Obviously, I don't know what they were thinking about with this white on it. I purchased it, from Morphe when it first came out, but this is my favorite palette. And as you can see, this palette has had a lot of love and still gets love. This palette is bomb. Jacklyn Hill killed it with this palette. This is from the Vault collection, and this is the Bling Boss one. And the colors are beautiful, but I hardly use it. As you can see, there's one color that I used in this one. So pretty much I paid $12 for one color, because I do like this color as a shimmer. It's beautiful. But other than that, I don't use this. So I just want to make sure that people know I am a supporter of Jacklyn Hill, and I am not saying these things to do anything but help her, and I definitely think that she is handling the situation in completely the wrong way, and I feel like that's what's pissing me off the most. I'm not saying that she doesn't care, but if she really genuinely took this seriously, she would be handling this so differently. Jacklyn Hill rests solely on the fact that she's Jacklyn Hill, okay? If money is in her pocket, why should she take it seriously? You understand what I'm saying? If nobody is holding her responsible for her actions and holding her accountable for her actions speak louder than words. And I don't care how much you care for somebody or how long you've been a subscriber to somebody. If you see that they are doing things wrong and they aren't taking things seriously, especially when it comes to a safety and health issue, and you're still subscribed to her, that's on you if something bad happens to you because you're using contaminated lipsticks. My suggestion is for everybody to stop using those lipsticks. I don't care if there's nothing in the ones that you had. You just don't know. You just don't know, and it is serious. It's very serious, and it should be taken very seriously, and I don't see that at all. And I think that's what pisses me off the most. And in a way, it's almost giving other beauty influencers a bad name. People wouldn't be coming out with these videos and saying this if she would have handled the situation correctly. If she would have just, as soon as she's seen those videos, especially Raw Beauty by Christie's video, she should have pulled that shit off the shelf and relaunched her brand, pulled everything off and reformulated her and figured out what the root of the problem is and let everybody know. Shit, do a documentary about it. That's what everybody else does. But I hope you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. This is Jacklyn Hill's karma, and sometimes karma can really bite you in the ass, but it doesn't have to be this way for her. She has very, very, what can I say? She has resilient subscribers, and she has very, very hardcore, loyal people in her corner. And I really, really wish that she can be more loyal to the people, to her subscribers that are so loyal to her. I don't know who it is that's giving Jacklyn advice. I don't know who her PR team is. I don't know who her legal team is. I have no idea. But I will say that if she doesn't do something very serious over this serious matter in a matter of days, I'm going to say that whoever it is that gives her advice needs to be fired. You know. But that is it, you guys. I'm going to go wash this makeup off my face. I've had this makeup on all day. Don't even mind this. Like, my makeup is a mess. I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant. I feel like it needed to be said. I'll be praying for her and praying for the people that are using her lipsticks and for the people who are very, very big support. I'm going to be praying for everybody, okay? And I will see you guys very, very soon. I just wanted to get this video up. Let me know in the comments below what you think. There's no arguing. I'm not trying to argue with nobody or whatever. You guys already see my point. I know that Jacklyn Hill has some loyal, very loyal subscribers, and I respect that 100%, but this is just my opinion. Opinions are not facts, but I will link some documentaries or scandals or whatever down below and check that out. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of all of this. Do you have any of her lipsticks? Did you order them? How do you think she should be handling it? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? You know, leave it down in the comments below. And I love you guys, and I will see you guys probably in the next couple of days. And give me a big thumbs up, don't forget. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and press the notification bell. Very important.